Welcome to another exciting episode of PIM Talks, the official podcast of Podar Institute of Management, Jaipur. Today, we have honor of hosting Professor Alpana Kateja. She is a Vice Chancellor of University of Rajasthan, the first female Vice Chancellor in 76 years. It's Professor Kateja. It's our privilege to have you on our PIM Talks. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
The objective of this episode will be women in leadership and future of higher education. Now that we have set the stage, let's get into the podcast. Professor Kateja, as we know, you are the first female Vice Chancellor of University of Rajasthan in 76 years, which is truly commendable. Considering the time when it was very difficult for women to step outside the homes, especially to pursue the careers, how do you support, how your family supports you in this journey?
See, I believe that family support is very important.
Exactly.
Without family support, women cannot move out.
So true.
And however hardworking they may be, however intelligent they may be, without family support, it's very difficult to achieve new heights. So I acknowledge my family support, my parents' support, my in-laws' support, my husband's, and even my son's support.
That's really nice, ma'am. What structural changes are needed to empower more women in leadership?
See, women are moving out, they are coming up, but there is glass ceiling. I find women at the bottom of the pyramid. I hardly find any women in decision-making roles. They are not there in boardrooms. They are working in stereotyped roles. So I think government also must think of changing these roles, and change of mindset is also very important. Of course, there are a few examples rather.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Where women have proved in decision-making roles also, but they are only exceptions. So government must encourage women to come out. They must create such kind of environment where women are safe, secure, and their families are ready to send them.
And our government doing such things too?
But government is of course doing, and the change is visible.
Of course.
But more such support is needed.
Exactly, ma'am. I really appreciate this thing of yours. My next question, how students should balance their academics, career goals and a mental well-being?
See, there are many examples these days where I see students are stressed and there are mental health issues.
Exactly.
It's because of too much of pressure of proving themselves. It's because of they want to the best. Whereas I believe students should do whatever they feel like doing, whatever they are interested in, whatever their hobbies are. And they should make a balance. They should strike a balance between academia and their co-curricular activities. Mental health issues would actually harm them in the long run. Proving for one exam is very short-term issue.
True.
So it hardly makes any difference if they do not perform well in an exam. On a very big screen of the life's scenario, it's good to be a good human being. It's good to be a good performer. It's good to enjoy life. It's good to be a supporter of peer friends. So they should understand these things. In a hurry, they rather step into depression, anxiety, mental health issues.
Ma'am, I would like to ask one more question regarding this, that sometimes family don't support your career, your dreams, and Another question I want to raise up is sometimes being an Indian parent, marks is everything. You know, as a student, I feel marks is everything for parents when it comes to grades and, you know, now
Yes.
how you can change
Yes,
the
I
mind
agree.
of parents.
I agree with you. It happens because parents want to impose their ambitions.
Of course.
What they
That's
could not do in their life, they want their children to do.
True.
So it's not good, and for this thing, I think counseling for parents is also required. And as a leader of an academic institution, I encourage counseling of parents along with counseling of students. That should be done.
I will recommend it to my parents too. Ma'am, another question. What skill you should believe that students should have beyond their textbooks?
Skill.
Huh.
See, we are on the cusp of Industry 5.0, and where we have to interact, we have to be ready to interact with machines. So, students are needed to have multiple skills.
True.
And this generation is very smart actually, and they are doing good. But still, if you have to move ahead, communication skill is very important.
That's very important.
Communication, however good you may be at academics, if you are not able to communicate, you cannot perform well.
Everything starts with communication.
Yeah, so I think communication skill is very important.
Okay.
If you ask one skill only.
Okay, ma'am. That's it. That's what's a very insightful discussion with you, ma'am. Now, I really want you to play fun rapid fire with me, which
I'll
I'll
try.
ask you a question and you need to answer within a seconds.
Within seconds, okay.
Like, you can take 10
Okay,
if you want.
okay.
Okay, my very first question I want to ask you is, what's your life mantra?
Hard work.
That's
Because I
nice.
believe there is no shortcut to success.
That's true. If you had to describe Gen Z in one word, what it would be?
Smart.
Okay. One habit that makes you successful.
Hard work.
Okay.
Dedication.
That's nice.
Discipline rather.
Okay, I appreciate. What one myth about university you want to debunk?
Debug.
Huh.
That students are rowdy.
Okay, that's nice. A book that inspired you.
Wings of Fire.
That's a nice book. Okay, ma'am, before we conclude, I really want you to share your thoughts or advice to our young leaders.
Leaders or students?
Basically, you students, the young students, nowadays.
See, my message to students is they are very bright, brilliant students, and they can do whatever they want to do. The only thing is they should believe in themselves, and God has gifted them with unique capabilities. They should believe in their own quality. They should never compare themselves with other students, never with anyone. You should compete with yourself only. What you were yesterday, you should do better today. And that competition will lead you.
Professor Kateja, thank you very much for such a valuable insights on leadership and education. It's an absolute honor to have you on PIM Talks. And to our
Thank you very
listeners,
much.
and to our listeners and